Howdy, this is Just Puzzling. My name is Chris. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me for this Killer Sudoku at the expert level. I do this on my iPad. I'm going to go through the rules of Sudoku, then I'm going to show you how the cages impact the game, and then we'll get on to solving the puzzle. Alright, so in Sudoku there are 9 rows, 9 columns, and 9 boxes. In each of the rows, columns, and boxes, we need the unique numbers 1 through 9. And that's Sudoku. So for Killer Sudoku, we have cages. So you can see here this 12 has a dotted line around it. That's a cage. In the top left-hand corner of the cages, there is a number. That is what our number has to add up to. The numbers have to be unique. Even though this breaks Sudoku rules and everything, 12 cannot be 6 and 6. So it can either be 3 and 9, 4 and 8, 5 and 7. Okay, so that is the rules of that. The only other thing that I'll tell you, that's not necessarily a rule, is that 1 through 9 equals 45. So I'll show you this. So this box here has a full cage, and a full cage, so, and then one sort of number on its own. So if I look at this, I go 20 plus 15 plus 5 adds up to 40. How much is that short of 45? 1 through 9 added together, 5. So this is going to be a 5. And then that cage will be a 3 to get it to add up to 8. Alright, these unique cages here, just with a single number, pretty easy. So we'll see what happens here. A cage with a 4 in it is a 1 and a 3. Because the 1 and 3 is being used here, that can't be in here because of the Sudoku row, so this is going to be 2 and 5. 17 for 2 boxes is 8 and 9. Alright, so the other thing is for this 12, as I said, 3 and 9, 4 and 8, 5 and 7. Well, the 3 and the 4 being used, so this is going to be 5 and 7, which means 5 is going to be here, here, or here. What I do also have is I have a cage that's gone over. So if I add up 3 plus 11 is 14, 28, 32. To get to 45 is 13. So that would mean that it has to be a 1 to add up to 14. Okay. Right. I always like to add these up just to see what these two would be. So 12 plus 3 is 15, plus 21 is 36. So that would mean that these two add up to 9. Well, 9 and 0 is not impossible, so that's an 8, and this is a 1. Meaning this to get to 17 has to be a 9. So we're starting to come out with numbers in terms of this one, right? So 2 and 5. Actually, I'll work on this. So under the rules of Sudoku, where's the 1 in this box? Well, the 1 can't be here, and because it's the 1, 3, the 1 can't be there, so 1 is going to be one of these. 1 and 14 is not an option, so this is going to be a 1, leaving this to be a 9. Alright, so 9 can be either here or here, it can't be in the box of the 7. Let's do this one and see what we get. 4 plus 7, which is 11, plus 15 is 26, 30. So these two are going to add up to 15. So this could be 9 and 6, 8 and 7, and then 13, 5 and 8. Well, it can't be 5 and 8 because that would mean they should be 1 and 2 and the 1's there, so 5 and 8's out. So this is going to be a 9 and 8 here, and this will be either a 5 or a 6. So with 15, it can only ever be a 9 and a 6 or an 8 and a 7 because the 9's in this box, this box here. 8's going to be there, so that's an 8, leaving this to be a 7. So now we know that that's a 9 there, because the 8 can't be there, and I told you that was 9 off. So 9 and 5, and remember, we said that this added up to 15, so this is going to be a 6. Alright, so 8 and 7 there, this is going to be either 1 and 4, can't be 1 and 4, or 2 and 3. Which means that up here, where's the 6? 6 can't be there, so this has got to be a 6. To get it to add up to 11, it's got to be a 4. Remember I told you that this can't be 3 and 9, can't be that, it's got to be 5 and 7. Well, the 5's there means this is going to be a 5, and this is going to be a 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is there. 6 comes up here, 6 comes up here, so that's a 6 there. 2 and 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's a 9 there. And so that leaves me 2 and 4 here somehow, which is going to be sorted out by that number there. 8, 6. So 9 can't be here because that would have to be 9 and 4, and I've already got a 4. 9 can't be here because that'd have to be 9, 1 and 1, because that doesn't matter. So therefore this is 9 and 5. Excuse me, because of the 5 here, this is going to be the 5, and this will be the 9. Alright, so 9 is going to be up the top there somewhere. Just don't know where. Well, I do. So 9 is going to be in here because the 7's taken that. So that's a 9 and 6 there. Just don't know which order. 2 and 3. 1, 3, 2, 5. So if that's 9 and 6 up there, which has got to be, this has to be 8 and 7 because the 9 and 6 correlate. 8. So 8's not going to be in here. So this is going to be 7 and 6. So the 6 comes across here. So this is a 6 and this is a 7. And I'll explain it because of these 4 and 5, that took out the other 13s. So 8, 1 and 2 are here. 8, 1, 2. Could be in all of those. So 5, 1. So this is 3 and 4 because the 5 can't be there and the 1 can't be there. The 4 comes across here. So this is a 4, leaving this to be a 3. 4 comes across here. 4 comes across here. So 4 is going to be one of these two. Well, it can't be that because it'd be 4 and 11. So that's a 4 there. So 4, 9. So 9 and 4 are out because of that 4 there. So that's got to be the 9 there. 9 comes across here. 9 comes across here. So that's a 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. So 3, 5, 8 are here. Well, 5's not going to be there. So 5's going to be one of these two. 3 and 7 works. 8 and 2 works. Okay. So what are we looking at? 1, 2, 3, 4. This can be 6 and 7. Can't be 8 and 5. So 8 and 5's got to be here because of that 8 there. That's got to be the 8, leaving this to be the 5. And this is going to be 6 and 7. So if that's a 6, that has to be a 3. Works. If that's a 7, that has to be a 2. Works. Over here, 4 can't be here. So this has got to be a 4. Leaving. Oh, no. I knew it was 2 and 3. So it can't be 2. So that's a 2. Memory's not as good as I thought it was. 3 across there. Now I'm annoyed. So 5 is going to be one of these two. 8. 8 comes across here. 8 comes across here. So that's an 8, leaving this to be a 7. 7 comes across here. 7 comes across here. 7 comes up here. So that's a 7 there. 8. Can't be there, so 8's one of those two. And then I have a 1 and a 4, or a 3 and a 2. So 1 and 2, so 7 can be there, so 1 can't be here. So that's interesting. If that's so 1 can't be there, 1 can be 13. That'd be an 8, so that can't be there. So 1 can't be there, 1 can't be there, so that's a 1 there. It's not going to be 8, 3, so it's going to be 7 and 5. Because of the said 5 there, that's going to be the 5 and the 7, which leaves this 2 and 6. 6 comes across here, 6 and 2. So what have we got? What else have we got? 1, 2, 3. So this is going to be a 3. So that's 7. That'll add up to 6, making this a 7 here. Alright, so this is going to be 4 and 1 because the 3, I need 5 and the 3 and the 3 takes out. So 4 is going to be here, leaving this to be a 1. 1, 4, so that's 2, 5. 5 is there. So 8 comes up here, so that's an 8 there. This is going to be 1 and 2. 7, 7, 7. So 7's one of these. 7's one of these. So that makes sense. Right. 19 plus 18 is 37, plus 7 is 44. So that's going to be a 1 there, because that's 1 short of 45. So 1's there. 1 comes across here, so that's a 1 there, leaving this to be a 3. 2's there. 5 is there. So this is now 9 and 7. So 9, 7. So the only number that can be here, because it can't be a 1 and a 9, can't be a 7 and 3, can't be a 4 and 6, can be 2 and 8. So 2 is there, so that's a 2, leaving this to be the 8. So 5 and 3 here, that means that's got to be a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. I knew that. Ding back. 8 comes up here, 8 comes across here. Can't be there, so that's an 8 there. That means that can't be, so it's got to be a 1 or a 2. Eight comes across here, so this is an 8, leaving this to be the 7. 7 can't be there, so that's a 7, leaving this to be the 9. So 9 can't be there, so 9's going to be one of these two. 6 comes across here, 6 comes across here, 6 comes down here, so that's a 6, meaning that this 6, 9, this has to be the 6 there, leaving this to be the 9. Alright, so 9 comes down here, 9 comes down here, 9 comes across here, so that's a 9 there. And that'll be 2 and 8, so 8 can't be there, so that's an 8, leaving this at 2. So because 1 and 9 were out, 6 and 4 were out, and 7 and 3 were out, that's why it comes to that assessment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so that's a 5 there. 1, 2, 3, don't know. 4, so 4 comes across here, so 4 is here. By the way, that can't be a 2, so that's a 2 there, leaving this to be a 5. 5 comes across here, so this is a 5 here, leaving this to be a 3. 1, 2, 3, so that's a 3 there. Okay, so 3 comes up here, 3 comes across here, 3 comes up here, so that's a 3 there, leaving this to be a 2 to add up to 5. 1 can't be there, so this is a 1, leaving this to be a 4. 1 is going to be there. To get that to 11, that has to be a 2. Alright, 4 can't be there, so that's a 4 there, leaving this to be a 2 to finish off the puzzle. Alright, dark on myself for making that mistake before, but the puzzle's done. Thank you for spending some time with me. Till next time, bye for now.